So, in a previous interview, you stated that you want to rekindle the flame between people and music. How exactly are you doing that through your music?
Through transparency and being able to be okay with being vulnerable through music, you know, because music connects all of us, just in the audio side of it and the frequency side of it. It connects everybody. Like, I've never met a person who didn't like music, you know. So there's that human interaction and that connection that we all have with music, which we all also have emotions. So I feel like the music that I create, the music that I perform, I try to connect with people in the audience based on that, based on my emotions that I'm transferring with my music through, you know, other people that are in the audience.
Okay. So if you had to pick one thing, tell me, what do you think is causing the disconnect between people and music?
Authenticity. I think a lot of people make music to make money. They make music for likes on, you know, Instagram, social media,
right,
and stuff, and it's not for the right purpose. You know, like I never wanted to be one of those people who like music so I can make money. It was, you know, I got called to this at an early age, and I didn't care if it was 5 people or 50,000 people in the audience. I wanted to just do it because it felt good.
As long as you connect with one person.
That was it.
Right.
It was either 1 or 100,000. It didn't matter. If I was connecting with that one soul, that one person, then to me, that was it for me. Like, my job is done, you know. And that's been since I started playing. I think the first 2 songs that I learned was "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star" and what was the other joint? "Somewhere Over the Rainbow" from Wizard of Oz. And from them 2 songs, and then the wedding march, because I played a wedding for my first gig. I was 7. So
7
years old. And that was many moons ago. Many moons ago. I had to think about how many moons. Many moons ago. But yeah, those 3 songs, when I had them under my belt, you know, and every time I played, it was just a smile that people gave me, you know, and it made me feel good on the inside. Even early on, I just felt like I was changing lives just through music. So if I can get that therapeutic feeling, you know, in my 40s and my 50s and my 60s, 70s, God willing, 80s and 90s, I'm gonna keep doing it. You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
7. Wow. Okay.
7. 20 odd moons ago. 25 plus odd moons ago.
Okay. We're just gonna leave that alone.
Jeez.
Okay. What's one thing that you've learned early on that you've taken with you throughout your music journey?
If you don't put in the work, if you don't love and appreciate music, it will not appreciate you back. And that goes with anything that you love. But
True.
yeah, especially with music, like, if you're not gonna do it 100% and give your all to it, like, you wasting not just your time, but the people that are listening to you, the people that are supporting you. You know, it's all or nothing. You know, and I've learned that very, very early on. If you want your music to evolve and to elevate to a greater level, then you got to continue to put in the work.
If you want to transcend, if you want to last.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Because people will fish out the fake in music.
Indeed.
Real quick.
Yes.
Real quick. You know, so I mean, all this time, and it's just been that. Like, I just want to be genuine, you know, and I want to continue to, you know, stay humble, stay hungry for the love of music, not just for music, but this is something that I love. Like, this is a marriage. You know, I've been here and I plan on doing this forever.
You said stay humble, stay hungry, and I know, as cliche as it is, like, I'm constantly talking about how humbled I am by experiences that I have and accolades that I'm receiving.
Yeah.
And I think people think that it's I say it too often, but there is no other way to explain it.
Nope.
It just is.
It just is. You know, at the end of the day, realistically, I don't think that's one of the things that you can ever really say too much. You know, it's a constant reminder, just as the sun comes up every day.
Right.
You know, and the moon climbs every night. You know, you know that's going to happen. So you know, in order to stay grounded, in order to stay focused, you have to tell yourself these things. And that is when greater doors open up, bigger opportunities open up, and no matter how big they become, you have to remind yourself, you know, like this can all be taken away at any given moment.
As hard as you work for it, it takes
can all
nothing.
be taken away.
Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
No matter how many years, accolades, awards, credentials, it can all be taken away in a moment.
Yep. 100%.
Yep.
Okay, so as a musician, you get the opportunity to play with some major acts. Who's been your favorite thus far and why?
Oh, that's tough. That's tough, man. Oh, that's a tough one because I literally learned something, and I appreciate each and every musical experience I've ever been blessed to work with. I can say some of my favorites.
Okay.
I don't have a favorite one.
Okay.
Some of my favorite because my brother Dwelle got me into the whole scene. That was my first gig. Uh-oh.
So back there?
Nope.
He's downstairs.
Yeah, he's still down. No, he went there. He's squaring up.
Probably get it.
Yeah. Dwelle was my first bigger scene act that I was able to tour with, and I was 19 then. Wasn't old enough to get in the clubs. I would have to get a big black X on my hand.
To let everyone know you're not 21. You can't drink.
He's a puppy. He shouldn't be here. And, you know, so I would do the show, and they would kick me out, and I would have to go to the hotel, to the van. There was always an official after party somewhere. I never did any of that.
Oh,
I was in my room studying for the next show. That was that experience. And you know what's crazy though? Like even now, like I'll finish up with a show and I'll socialize with some people. But then even after that, it's like, okay, I'm ready to go back. You know, I'm not ready to do no after parties.
Because it started early.
Yeah, it started early. You get done, and everybody else would like be at the airport just out. They just exhausted because they've been out for hours partying, and I'm like
a kid.
I'm all younger, refreshed, like, all right, next city, let's go. And they're like, shut up, little boy. I'm tired. And I was like, look, I don't want to be all aged out, you know, early on.
Right.
But that was the Dwelle experience. And even now, like, he still calls me. He literally just texted me like 10 minutes ago, just on some brother stuff, man. Like, that is for real, my big brother. This, of course, the Zoe and Carmen experience, it's been incredible because I have the opportunity to work as their music director, you know, and not even 10 years ago, I remember trying to reach out to Zoe and have him work on some music for one of my upcoming projects, and we didn't really know each other at the time, but I was a fan of his production, you know, and he gave me like the standard producers prices and everything, and you know, I was like, man, I'm not tripping about it because I know eventually I'm gonna end up working with this dude, you know, because I'm a huge fan of him, you know, and as cliche as it is, as Eric Roberson said, being a music fan first, like I've always been that, you know, I've always been a fan of just good music. Didn't have to have a genre, didn't have to have, you know, a certain type of look to it, a certain type of label. You know, and Zoe brings that. Like, you look at him and be like, oh, okay, this dude probably is an athlete or something. And he gets behind a piano and he plays, like, Mozart concertos. And it's like, what? You know, so with his experience, it always teaches me, like, you can't judge a book by its cover. Okay. You know, and I learned something from everybody, from every experience. Of course, the Charlie gig is a dream come true. I've never really thought in my wildest dreams that I would be able to have that platform of arenas, you know, like the tour we did last year, I think we did 32 cities, and out of the 32, he sold out 30 of them,
oh, wow.
29. And these were like big arenas. Like, we did Bojangles last year here. Like, all the arenas we do, they seat like 15,000 people. And every night, those seats were filled. And it was just like, I'm for real sitting here with and the legend in the game, you know. And he's a for real perfectionist.
Yeah, I think I read or heard somewhere that the only people that are able to perform with him, like, they have to be super
fun on stage because I love doing this, you know. And so it just so happened with like the Charlie stuff, you know, we're constantly moving. That thing is a workout every single time. 200 minutes of intense workout. But that has taught me how to be more charismatic, how to have more stamina on stage, and again, just to continue to stay humble. You know, I treat that audience just like I would, you know, this audience, or if I go home and play and I go sit in somewhere and it's 10 to 15 people there, you know, I'm gonna give those people the same amount of energy that I do the arena people.
Okay.
Because there's a soul there that needs to be touched by the gift of music.
Okay.
You know?
Who's your dream act?
It's funny, I just had this conversation earlier. My dream act, if I could, it'll never really change. Like, for me, my dream act is always the GOAT, Stevie Wonder. Like, I would absolutely, and I've had the pleasure of like meeting Stevie a few times, and it's just something about his energy, man. Like, he hands down is the greatest to ever do it, to me. You know, like, singer, songwriter, producer, multi-instrumentalist, you know, he takes the cake. You know, and I've seen the show. I saw the Songs in the Key of Life tour when it came to Detroit, and I was blown away. Like, I left that thing with tears falling down my face. I didn't care who was looking. It was amazing. Like that, oh my God, I couldn't even imagine being on stage. I would be stuck. Like, I would be straight fanboying. Like, I would lose it. That's my ideal gig. That's the dream gig.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, shots out, prayers up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Look, you throw it in the universe, you never
back.
know what happens.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, so we're going to talk about Collective Peace for a minute.
Uh-oh.
So you created your own band, Collective Peace, but now it's since disbanded. What did you learn from that experience?
I learned to never really doubt myself with how far my music will take me when it comes to, you know, music that I create. Because I mean, I think we all kind of doubt ourselves. Like, ain't nobody gonna listen to this music with family, maybe a couple friends, and that's it. But then, you know, we put the single out, and then we kind of waited for like maybe like 6 to 8 months to like see how it was received. And when we put out Let the Music Play, it rocked people, and they were like, this song has touched me in ways that I didn't know that music could, you know, just emotion that I didn't know that music could bring out of me. And it was just like, what? I don't know you. Like, you expect to hear that from like family and stuff. It's like, I don't know you personally. What are you talking about? You don't be hyping me up. And it was like, people were like legit serious. They were authentic, coming to us and just complimenting us about the music. And it was like, okay, well, let's put this project out. Like, we had maybe 3 songs recorded after Music Play, and we were like, you know, let's just get this album out. You know, let's continue to work. And then we put out a second single, which was Soul Bounce, which had Amp Fiddler on it. And you know, people took well to that, and we shot a music video for it, and people loved that. So, you know, it was like, all right, well, let's just get this project out. And then when the album came out, like, we slowly watched numbers grow and hit like records that we weren't really expecting. Like, I think we got to like number 6 on the iTunes Jazz chart, and then we were number 1 on Google Play for like 3 straight weeks.
Wow. And
it was like looking at the people that were like next to you. It was the Collective Peace album, Miles Davis, the Robert Glasper, Snarky Puppy, like all these cats, and it's like, why are we here? Like, what? It didn't make sense, but it was like, let's just roll with it, you know, let's have fun with it. And
people,
you know,
crave great music.
So I've noticed, you know, and to me, it's nothing but a blessing to be able to be included in that conversation of great music, you know, because it was, for me, for us, it was therapy. You know, it was like, let's get this music out because we feel like literally the world needed collective peace. Like music will bring everybody together. That's just kind of where the name came from. And it was like, yeah, let's be those ambassadors of bringing people together through music.
I love it.
Yeah.
Love it. So what do you think is harder, maintaining your own band or gigging with unlimited potentials?
Definitely your own band, because maintaining and managing and music directing your own band, it literally feels like a marriage with however many people you have in that band. Be it 3 people with just the rhythm section, or you got 7 people, whatever it is, you got to set up rehearsal times, studio times. You got to try and juggle tour schedule stuff, hotel accommodation, like everything that you do when it's your band. It's so much work, and it's not like the work isn't fulfilling, because it is. But like I would honestly just much rather just jump on a plane. Here's your itinerary. Great. What am I doing? This is where you need to be at this time. That's way easier in comparison to doing it yourself.
So would you do it again?
I'm started on the solo project now, so I'm jumping back on the crazy bus.
Okay.
I'm doing it all over again.
Okay.
This would be solo project number 3, 4th total recorded album. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And there's a lot of opportunities and people that are wanting to get some tour dates together. So
any collaborations?
Yep.
Can you tell me one?
Yep. What was the question?
Collaborations.
Yeah, there's a few collaborations on the solo project. I have, and I don't know if I'm supposed to be talking about it.
Well, just tell me one.
Well, I got Zoe. That's one.
That should have been a given.
Right. I got Natalie, aka the Flow Assist from Flow
Oh my God.
Yeah, she's doing a joint. Yeah, it's
Okay, just stop right there.
It's so dope. She's so dope. Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm excited for you.
Yeah. And there's a few features too, but man, yeah, she's gonna kill it.
I'm so excited for you. That's major. Okay, all right. I'm gonna calm down. Come back down. Okay. How do you keep the fun and the love in your passion as opposed to always looking at this as a job?
I never look at it as a job. And that's and I've done that with a few gigs. I am guilty of that, where like I'll do gigs and it's like, oh my God, I gotta go punch a clock. I gotta go do this. And the thing is, more recently, because this is all I do. I'm a full-time musician, but just 3 years ago, I had a corporate gig, and I was working 5 o'clock in the morning until I would get off at earliest at 3 o'clock, latest at 7 o'clock at night.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was tedious. I have no idea how I was doing this and the corporate stuff and raising a kid and having a wife and paying bills, and I didn't buy any books. It was ridiculous. Like, I made it through it, but I have no idea how I did it. I have no idea. Like, that grind, I honestly don't want to have to do anymore. Like, music has been great to me. So I'm gonna continue to be great to it. Hopefully I don't have to, punch a clock ever again, and that's why I try my best to not treat this as a job. Like, this is an opportunity. This is an event. Every time it's an event, it has to feel like a party. Every time I get on that stage, it has to feel like something that I will not ever take for granted.
Okay.
So it's been that for long time. It'll continue to be that for me, because like I said, I've sat behind a desk and just looked at it like, why am I here? I'm wasting valuable hours, days, weeks, months, just sitting here.
I feel your pain.
So
okay, all right.
It's definitely not for everybody, and I commend the people who do it, who have to do it. I commend even more the people who want to do it. It's just not for me.
Right.
It's just not for me.
At least you found out.
Yeah, I found out the hard way too. They was like, yeah, you're gonna have to focus on your job more than you do your music. Since music is just a little hobby.
Yeah, go sit some down somewhere. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I got it.
What? Oh yeah, I almost fought that day. It was bad.
Yeah. Know that feeling all too well. Okay, so you've accomplished quite a bit in your tenure, and I know that there's much more to come. So what's next? Well, we just talked about the solo album, so
Solo project. More dates with Uncle Charlie. We got some international stuff this year. We have the pleasure of going over to Africa. I think we're doing Ghana and Soweto.
wow.
Then at Germany with Zoe next month in Hamburg. And then we're doing London with Unc in July, I believe. And I think they're setting up a Europe tour in the fall.
Okay.
But yeah, we have a bunch of U.S. dates literally booked until December.
Okay.
Between that and the touring with Zoe Carmen and Uncle Charlie, working on some solo things as well. Kind of doing like a pop-up shop setup. Just finding venues around the states that would be interested in just having me come for an hour, hit you in the face real quick with an hour of music. I'm doing an interview!
Okay, we're gonna do the last question. What do you want to leave our readers with?
Good vibrations all around, man. I live by it, I love by it, and I teach by it. What you put out in this world is exactly what you get back. So I implore people to figure out their happy place and to reverberate it, a million times fold, and it'll come back to you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No doubt.